Hi everyone. I know all of you are doing great job in using the English language. The topic for today is transformation of sentences from active to passive voice. In the previous video, we discussed about how to transform sentences which are in present tense. Now, why do we have to learn to speak sentences in passive voice? It is little complicated but very interesting. Active voice is used in academic writing as it is simplistic but it is less effective. But passive voice learning can help you to add more description and help you to develop the subject. An action of a subject in relation to an object is expressed in two ways. These two ways of expressing action of a subject are known as voices. They are active voice and passive voice. So when you transform sentences from active to passive voice, the meaning of the sentence will remain the same, but only the structure of the sentence will change slightly. Now, what are the rules you have to remember while changing sentences from active to passive voice? The subject and the object positions will interchange. We use only the past participle form of the verb in passive voice. The auxiliary verb or the helping verb will change depending upon the tense of the given sentence in active voice. We use prepositions like why, to, with, in depending upon the subject of the sentence. Prepositional verbs means prepositions that go along with the main verb, and infinitives must be retained as they are given in the active voice. Pronouns like, you know already, the pronouns like I changes to me, he becomes him, we becomes us, they to them. How to transform sentences which are in simple past tense. What is the formula for writing a sentence in simple past tense? First, we write the subject and then the verb in V2 form plus object. So when you transform that to passive voice, the object comes front and the subject goes behind. But still the doer is the same. So when you transform sentences, ensure that the doer of the action does not change. First you write the object, then verb in the past participle form, then plus by plus subject. So let's see a sentence. For example, she decorated the walls. So this sentence follows the S verb pattern. We know already only if we have an object in a given sentence, we can transform that into a passive voice. So the verbs which take the object are called as the transitive verbs. So she decorated the walls. She is the subject. What is she doing? She decorated. It happened in the past. So what did she decorate? The walls. So this is the object. So when you transform the sentence, put the object in the front, the walls. As this is plural, we use where. If this is a singular noun, you have to use the wall was. The walls were, this is the past participle form of the verb, were decorated by her. The subjective pronoun here becomes the objective pronoun here. She did not decorate the walls. Now this sentence is written in negative form, in past negative form. So how do you transform that? Put the object in the front, the walls, where you have to use the be form of the verb. So we use where as this is plural, were not decorated by her. Now let's see the next one is an interrogative sentence. Did she decorate the walls? So this is in past tense, so you write did she decorate the wall. If this is in present tense, you write does she decorate the walls? So when you transform that to maintain the interrogative form of the sentence, we use the auxiliary verb in the front. Were the walls decorated by her? Let's look at the sentences which are in past perfect tense. So what is the formula for writing a past perfect tense? Subject plus we use the auxiliary verb had plus V3 form of the verb plus object. So when you transform this into passive voice, the subject and the object will interchange their position. So you put object in the front, the doer goes behind, plus you use had plus been. We use been because we have to maintain the perfect tense. Plus past participle form and we use the preposition by plus subject. Let's look at an example. She had decorated the walls. She is the subject. What did she decorate? The walls. So put the object in the front, the walls, had been decorated by her. The next sentence is she had not decorated the walls. This is in negative form. So how do you write? The walls had not been decorated by her. The next one is a question, an interrogative sentence. Had she decorated the walls? So how do you write? To maintain the interrogative form, put the auxiliary verb in the front. Had, the object, then the doer goes behind, and you write the past participle form. So had the walls decorated by her, we don't write. To maintain the perfect tense, we have to use been. So when do we make a sentence in past continuous tense? When we talk about actions which were happening in the past. What was happening in the past when something else happened? We write the subject depending upon whether it is singular or plural. We use was or were plus verb plus ing plus object. So when you transform this again, object comes to the front and the doer goes behind. Object plus was or were plus we use being to maintain the continuous form of the sentence plus past participle form of the verb as it is necessary when you make a passive voice by plus subject. So let us look at the examples. She was decorating the walls. Who was doing? She. She is the subject. What was she doing? She was decorating. What is she decorating? The walls. So walls is the object. Put it in the beginning again. The walls. As this is plural, we use where. As this is continuous tense, we are using being. Past participle form of the verb plus preposition plus the objective pronoun. In the same way, let us do the negative sentence. So the walls were not being decorated by her. Now this is an interrogative sentence. Was she decorating the walls? So in the same sentence when you write in present tense, how do you write? Is she decorating the walls? So how do you transform this? Put the auxiliary verb in the front when you make a question where the object ing form of the verb decorated by her. I have given some more examples here. Did he do this work? So this is an interrogative sentence in past tense. So did he do this work? So he is a subject. We are asking that whether he has done this work. To maintain the interrogative form, put was at the beginning. This is not where because the verb is uncountable noun. You use was. Was this work past participle form plus by him? Was this work done by him? Who inaugurated the fair? Now this is an interrogative sentence in simple past. So when you have who, it should be replaced with by whom. By who, what has been inaugurated the fair? So put the object in the front. By whom was the fair inaugurated? The next one is the speaker was cheered loudly when he had finished. Who was cheered? It is mentioned that the speaker. So this is the object here. So where is the subject? Subject is not mentioned. When the subject is not required or when it is unknown, we understand that the sentence is in passive voice. We know that the speaker would be cheered by the audience. So you can mention the subject as people or everyone or the audience cheered the speaker loudly when he had finished. This sentence is in past perfect tense. Now the next sentence, how many doors were painted yesterday? Object is the doors. The doors were painted. Now subject is not mentioned. To maintain the interrogative form, you put again how in the front. How many doors did you paint yesterday? So the subject is you. She did not know anything about it. No, this sentence is in past negative form. Did not know what? Anything. This is a negative form, so anything becomes nothing. Nothing about it is the subject. Was known to her. We use the preposition to here. It's not by. Now let's see how to transform sentences which are in future tense. Now look at the verbs here. We use will or shall as the auxiliary verbs in future tense. Actually, when do you use will or shall? For the first person pronouns like I and we usually write shall. For the second person and third person pronouns, we use will. But when we talk about a promise or determination, we use will for the first person pronouns. Let us see the first sentence. The boss will sign the contract. The boss is the subject here. Will sign is the verb here, and what will he sign? The contract. This is the object here. So put the object in the front. The contract will be signed by the boss. All these sentences are in simple future tense. We shall not betray our country. You use object in the front. Our country shall not be betrayed by us. We use us, the objective pronoun, in place of we. Will you buy tickets for me? What are you supposed to get? Tickets. So this is the object. Put that in the front. Will the tickets be bought for my return journey? Now, next three sentences are in future perfect tense. Maria will have bought a new car. A new car will have been, as you already know, you have to use been to maintain the perfect tense, will have been bought by Maria. They will not have shown the new film. Object comes to the front and they becomes them when it goes behind. To maintain the perfect tense, you have to use have been shown. So as this is future, you write will and you use not because this is a negative sentence. The new film will not have been shown by them. Now, who will have opposed? What would get opposed? Your plan. So that is the object. By whom will your plan have been opposed? So this is in perfect tense again. So you are using have been. So I hope that you have understood how to transform sentences from active voice to passive voice. We have discussed a number of sentences in past tense and future tense. So thank you for watching the video.